Hey, I want to talk a little bit about feeling better in your body, um, and about, I suppose, what the work is that I do. Um, what I'm offering in my coaching work is an opportunity to have somebody by your side that helps you to achieve certain goals that you set for yourself. I am into wellness specifically, so I'm a wellness coach. And that means that into this we can incorporate goals that pertain to your health and your wellness. But this includes your entire life, really, because if we look at it holistically, then you kind of realize that all aspects of your life really affect your health and your wellness. And so, how physically active you are, your relationship, let's just say, to your physical activity, your relationship to your career, your relationship to your creativity, your relationship to your relationships, um, your relationship to your finances, to the way you nourish your body, um, to the environment of your home. All of these aspects of life affect how we feel. And within my coaching program, we allow ourselves to meet ourselves in areas that we don't necessarily oftentimes consider as a wellness issue, let's just say. Um, However, there are many ways in which right now you can actually feel better, and that's really part of what this work looks like. How can you feel better than you currently feel? Because I can easily make the assumption that if you felt anything like I felt, you felt quite drained and tired and lethargic a lot of the time. You felt like days were very, very hard. Doing things like spending time with your kids felt like draining on your energy. Currently, maybe still even the case. You may feel like your relationships are struggling and suffering. You don't have good, strong bonds with anybody. You feel as if you are stuck at in a bad cycle of eating badly. You know that you can do better, but you just don't have the self-discipline to do it. You want better relationships with your kids, but you always snap at them, and you feel so guilty about it, and yet you can't stop doing it. And you feel there's a lot of guilt and shame around a lot of your relationships, maybe even. A lot of your relationships leave you feeling quite not so great. And it's difficult to acknowledge this to yourself. And you want a place to maybe come and unpack some of these things in a positive way. You want to get vulnerable. You want to say the thing that makes you feel petty. But as opposed to just coming into a place to complain about it, you want to be able to almost play with the energy of it. You want to maybe look at your life with a little bit more perspective. To not get so caught up in the stories, but to allow yourself to maybe, for a change, see the lessons that sit within the occurrences of our lives. Why does this always happen to me? Actually, let's maybe unpack that. And so my invitation to work with me really is about changing your life. I've come through a whole host of difficult trials in my life, and I'm so grateful that I have. I'm so grateful that I allowed my difficulties to teach me. I'm so glad that I allowed myself to experience my difficult times, because there has been a direct exchange. It's like a gift. When I came toward my healing, I got given gifts. And a part of this is why I share. It's such an important thing to share. I'm not saying that there's only one way there are many ways to come toward your healing, to feel better, to shift your life. And it's something that we should want to do. We should want to play with the energy of our lives. We don't have to assume that it's so gemaak en so glad staan. Nee. We don't have to assume that it's just like it is. It's always been this way. It's actually not always been this way. We have assumed certain ways of being and feeling, and we've just like got on the bandwagon and gone, okay, they did that, I suppose we're supposed to also do it like that. And the answer is actually like, no, you're not supposed to do it like that. If you can, you need to do it differently. You need to be willing to kind of upset the apple cart, if you will. Take the thing out, dismantle the thing, look at it from different angles, and find a way to make it make sense for you, in a more meaningful way for you, putting yourself at the forefront of your own life. Because sometimes you'll find, even the more you bring awareness, sometimes you'll feel that it feels as if you are walking around like awake in a sleeping place. When you realize that a lot of people are not even considering the things of their lives. They're not even thinking about it. They are literally just on autopilot. Check in with yourself if you are on autopilot. Because if you are on autopilot and one day just ticks over to the next day and just ticks over to the next day, just ticks over to the next day, over and over and over again, I want to say, like, wake up. Wake up. Like, we've got to do things differently. We've got to shift things. We can't just keep doing things the way we've done them before. What does this mean? It starts with us paying attention to how we actually feel. The reason the world is in so much pain is because we are not paying attention enough to how we feel. And doing work that allows you to go inward is such important work. And it, like, I'm promoting my work at the moment, and I will be promoting my work. I am looking for people who are wanting to shift their lives. But you can do this work. There are so many ways to do this work. Healing work, spiritual work, however you want to frame it. And you can start off with doing healing work, because healing work is more palatable sometimes to people than spiritual work. But a healing journey is a spiritual journey, you know. It really is true, because what you realize is that it's all spiritual. All of it. You can't come away from it once you see it. And that's exciting. It's such an exciting place to exist from. I'm sending so much love, and please, if you are interested in what I'm saying and you want to shift your life, drop me a message and come and work with me. I'm excited to work with you. I'm sending so much love.